What's up, Colts Nation and NFL fans everywhere? You are not going to believe what we just witnessed. When the news broke that the Indianapolis Colts were pulling a 44-year-old Philip Rivers out of retirement to lead this team, well, let's just say they were more than a few raised eyebrows. 5 years removed from his last snap, a literal grandpa by NFL standards, coming back to lead a playoff hopeful squad? Many, myself included, thought it was a recipe for disaster. There was no way he could hold up physically, right? No way he'd still have the arm talent, the touch, or even the ability to take a hit after all that time away. But folks, Uncle Phil, the ultimate competitor, had something to say about that. On Sunday, against one of the toughest defenses in the NFL, the Seattle Seahawks, in their notoriously loud Lumen Field, Philip Rivers proved that the fire still burns brightly. He didn't just show up, he competed. He finished the game 18 for 27, a respectable 67% completion rate, for 120 yards with a touchdown and an interception. More importantly, he kept the Colts offense alive, giving them a real shot against a team with Super Bowl aspirations. Unfortunately, a storybook ending wasn't in the cards this time. The Colts fell just short, 18-16, dropping their fourth game in a row. But the performance? That was something special. Rivers himself after the game reflected on the experience. "I was just thankful, grateful that I was out there. It was a blast, but obviously the emotions now are disappointment. This isn't about me. We got a team that was scrapping like crazy to try to stay alive and get in the postseason, so obviously we're all disappointed. Came up just short." His humility, even after a performance like that, speaks volumes about the man. The offensive game plan around Rivers was exactly what you'd expect from a seasoned veteran. He was as sharp as ever at the line of scrimmage, reading defenses, checking protections, and changing calls to put the Colts in the best position. Head coach Shane Steichen wisely didn't put all the pressure on Rivers, especially with him only arriving in Indy last Monday. The Colts leaned heavily on their run game, with Jonathan Taylor churning out 87 yards on 25 carries and Amir Abdullah adding 15 on 4. This balanced attack allowed the Colts to sustain drives and control the clock. When Rivers did throw, he showcased that pinpoint accuracy we all remember, especially in the short to intermediate areas. The perfect example? That 2-minute drill at the end of the first half. Rivers was finding targets in stride, culminating in a beautiful touchdown pass to Josh Downs over the middle. Rivers himself recalled, "Shoot, it was exciting to take a 13-3 lead. But first off, our play that we kind of had all week in the red zone in that area on that down and distance on that hash, we practiced in the exact same spot this week. So when things go like that, they fire you up." That veteran presence, that preparation, it was all there. He also did an incredible job of getting the ball out quickly, effectively neutralizing a Seahawks pass rush that ranks 4th in the league in sacks. Rivers was sacked only once, and that was on a high snap. He admitted, "The one hit where the ball was snapped didn't feel great, but the other ones kind of got me going in the game. Actually, didn't feel too far off. It was kind of crazy how normal it felt once we got going in the game. This is a guy who still has the instincts and the toughness." However, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. There were obviously limitations, particularly in the deep passing game. Rivers was just 2 for 8 for 33 yards and an interception on attempts longer than 10 yards. Steichen addressed this, saying, "I think each and every week is different. Obviously, this was Rivers' first time playing, getting back into the flow of it, and that was the game plan, and we went in and did it. Obviously, that'll probably change as the weeks go on. The Colts will need to find ways to push the ball downfield more effectively in the coming weeks." Despite the loss, Rivers' return lit a spark. The Colts went from a team with seemingly no hope earlier in the week to one that pushed a Super Bowl contender to the brink, all while being decimated by injuries and with a quarterback who hadn't played in 5 years. There are no moral victories in the NFL, especially when you're fighting for the playoff spot, but this performance could be a springboard for the final 3 games. Steichen echoed this sentiment, stating, "For him to go out there and do what he did after 5 years off, to have a chance to win it and get a game-winning field goal, close to it obviously with 40 seconds left, in a hostile environment against a tough defense, just shows his commitment to coming back and playing the way he did and fighting like crazy for his teammates, and I thought it was pretty awesome to see." And then, the moment that truly transcended football, Philip Rivers getting emotional, talking about his motivation for returning. He spoke about his own sons and a high school team he coaches, saying, "I think maybe it will inspire or teach people not to run or be scared of what may or may not happen. The guaranteed safe path is to go home or not to go for it. And the other one is, shoot, let's see what happens." This isn't just about football. It's about life, about setting an example, about taking that leap. It's truly inspiring. So what's next? A Monday Night Football showdown with the San Francisco 49ers. Rivers is already locked in. Certainly going to quickly turn my attention to the 49ers, and we're going to scratch and fight and claw. I do know that. Not because I'm here,
but I do know that any team I've ever been a part of, not because of me, but I've been a part of, will fight like crazy until they tell us the season is over, so you can guarantee that for the next 3 weeks. Dadgummit, we wouldn't expect anything less from the future Hall of Famer. Colts Nation, NFL fans, what did you think of Uncle Phil's return? Did he exceed your wild expectations, or did you see the limitations coming? Let us know in the comments below, hit that like button if you appreciate a true competitor, and subscribe for all your breaking Colts news.